Hello and welcome to my analysis of Ohio State's model curriculum for 8th grade English Language Arts. My analysis will be broken into 5 major parts in which I will discuss the foundations, organization, content, assessment methods, and critique of the curriculum. In 2009, state school chiefs and governors that make up the Council of Chief State School Officers and the National Governors Association Center for Best Practices coordinated a state-led effort to develop the Common Core, a set of standards that ensure students are prepared to handle the demands of colleges and careers. Teachers, school chiefs, administrators, and other experts across the United States worked in collaboration to develop a clear framework based on these standards. This framework was adopted in 2010 by Ohio State Board of Education for students in kindergarten through 12th grade. The Common Core English Language Arts standards were created to outline what a student should know and be able to do at the end of each grade. The standards were created to ensure that all students graduate from high school with the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in college, career, and life, regardless of where they live. These standards were based on scholarly research, surveys on the skills required of students entering college and workforce training programs, assessment data identifying college and career-ready performances, comparisons to standards from high-performing states and nations, and national assessment of educational progress frameworks in reading and writing for English language arts. The English Language Arts curriculum model for 8th grade is a subject-based curriculum that consists of explicit statements of standards, knowledge expectations of the previous and next grade levels, and enduring understandings, as well as instructional strategies and resources for both teachers and students. This curriculum follows an academic subject design and is organized by strands, or the major areas of study within each content area. Topics, or the main focus of the content, which include reading, writing, speaking, and listening, and language, and statement standards. The Common Core English Language Arts standards require teachers to teach a balance of texts, 50% instructional texts and 50% literature. However, the Common Core does not lay out a specific curriculum, so the specifics of what is covered, the continuity of the lessons, and the way that information is presented is left to the teacher. While the Common Core state standards does not lay out a specific curriculum, required strategies, or required reading list, it presents the standards and allows teachers the freedom to choose activities and texts that will fulfill these requirements. The standards include certain critical types of content for all students, including classical myths and stories from around the world, foundational U.S. documents, seminal works of American literature, and the writings of Shakespeare. The Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers developed the Model Content Framework, which is meant to help educators develop a curricula and instructional materials aligned with Common Core standards. According to the Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers website, this model content framework chart reflects the integrated nature of reading, writing, and research, as illustrated by the arrows connecting them. Each module suggests both the number and types of texts that students read and analyze. Students then write about these texts either to express an opinion, make an argument, or to inform or explain. The Model Content Framework represents the content for 1/4 of the school year and indicates that the 8th grade curriculum should include at least 3 grade-appropriate short texts, which might include a poem, short story, or magazine article. For each extended text, which include novels or book-length informational texts, a magazine with a series of related articles or stories, or even a website with multiple related pages of grade-level complex text to navigate. Text could be related any number of ways. They could be conceptually or topically alike, be written by the same author or in the same genre, or even display similar text structures or styles. The Common Core asks students to read stories and literature, as well as more complex texts that provide facts and background knowledge in areas such as science and social studies. Students will be challenged and asked questions that push them to refer back to what they've read. This stresses critical thinking, problem solving, and analytical skills that are required for success in college, career, and life. The mix of literature and informational text and the required writing activities help prepare students for success both in and out of the classroom, and helps develop important 21st century skills, such as written communication and critical thinking. Whether or not students meet these standards is assessed by Ohio State standardized tests. These assessments, created by Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers, are presented in computer and paper format and are made up of formative and summative components. However, only the summative assessments are required by the state. The first summative assessment component is a performance-based assessment, or PBA. The English Language Arts PBA for 8th grade focuses on producing an efficient written analysis of text. The second summative assessment component is an end-of-the-year assessment, and this focuses on reading comprehension. For the performance-based assessment, students are mainly evaluated by written expression and knowledge of language and conventions. People scoring the tests look at how consistently and fully students develop ideas, how well they organize their writing, and their command of grammar and language usage. For the end-of-the-year assessment, students are assessed based on text complexity, the range of accuracy in expressing reading comprehension demonstrated in their responses, and the quality of evidence cited from the sources read. Ohio State's model curriculum for 8th grade English Language Arts was created as a guide for teachers to help their students reach the standards set by the Common Core. The Common Core is influenced in part by the educational philosophy of essentialism, which focuses on training students to become valuable members of society through the teaching of the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. However, the Common Core strives to go beyond simply teaching the basics. It was created to help students develop important skills in reading, writing, speaking, listening, and language, as well as important 21st century skills, such as problem solving and critical thinking. The Common Core English Language Arts model curriculum encourages teachers to integrate aspects of other subjects into the language arts classroom. The Common Core suggested reading list for 8th grade includes works by or about historical figures that the students may be learning about in another class, such as Anne Frank, Frederick Douglass, and Vincent van Gogh, among others. The Core even provides standards of literacy in other subjects, including history and social studies, as well as science and technical studies. It also helps teachers by providing them with numerous suggestions for activities and texts that might be used to help students reach the standards. The model curriculum has many key design principles, such as a discernible scope, spiral, continuity, and correlation. The basis for the standards remain at each grade level. However, the content becomes increasingly more complex as the student continues throughout school. The model curriculum lays out the expectations for the previous and following grade levels to allow teachers to simultaneously build on the previous knowledge while laying the foundation for future learning. The model curriculum for 8th grade English Language Arts presents a framework that will help students succeed in school and in life. Thanks for watching.